Well, you know, in terms of the electric jazz guitar, it hasn't really changed, at least not musically, but sound-wise, and the basic guitar like I use is pretty much the same as the original jazz guitar that Charlie Christian used. It suits the style, I think. Sounds maybe a little like a tenor saxophone, warm type sound. Well, Charlie Christian was the first to realize the potential of the electric guitar. And we're actually lucky that the electric guitar was pretty much put into production around the same time that Charlie Christian started playing. I think some people were against it because the guitar was basically a rhythmic instrument played in big bands, you know, like Freddie Green, ding 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 ding, right? But he played more like a horn, you know, and he listened to Lester Young and some of the trumpet players at that time, Buck Clayton, I suppose. Especially Lester Young, he was very influenced by him. And he just revolutionized the whole thing, really. Well, my father, Jimmy Raney, he listened to him for a while, but then he got more influenced by Charlie Parker, which is actually the same thing. He also used a saxophone player as his inspiration. Charlie Christian influenced not only my father, of course, but just about all the jazz guitar players. Wes Montgomery was, of course, also influenced by Charlie Christian, and he said the first few years he was playing in a club and he was playing Charlie Christian solos, note for note. And when he ran out of them, he had nothing else to play, you know, so eventually he started developing his own style, including using the thumb. Wes always had that blues element, and I think it affected a lot of people because he played a somewhat simple, sort of bluesy style, whereas my father and Tal Farlow were basically straight-ahead jazz players. And Tal is also completely self-taught, but I know that he was very good at rearranging standard material, sometimes uninteresting standard material, and really turning it into something special, which not too many artists have done. Bill Evans is one, I think. Miles Davis, of course. And he had a fantastic conception of chords and reharmonizing and surprising everybody with his way of taking just an ordinary tune and transforming it completely. whereas my father, Jimmy Raney, and Tal Farlow have more or less looked to horn players like Charlie Parker for inspiration. Jim has always played completely different altogether. I think Jim Hall is probably one of the most original of the jazz guitar players. He has a completely original and different way of approaching music in general. And it reflects in his compositions, too. Since guys like my father and Tal, Jim Hall, I think George Benson and Pat Martino are probably the most accomplished guitar players to come up. And being influenced by Wes Montgomery, they did go in a slightly different direction, maybe more blues-oriented. And I know Pat was somewhat influenced by Coltrane, John Coltrane, and many of the younger guitar players that I hear they start out listening to Pat Martino, George Benson, from the beginning. But I started out in the rock field, copying my idols from that time, Jimi Hendrix, and people like that. And as soon as I got interested in music and wanting to do something more, then it was a very natural step for me to play jazz.
you.